No, we'll keep it on the thing. We'll put that back up again. We are now actually streaming. I don't do music anymore, so we kind of come in a little weird. Um, because it sounds better if we just kind of start talking about nothing, and then don't start talking about the things until I actually. I mean, you haven't been part of this whole thing for a while, so.
That's true. That's You're not wrong on that. I have not. I jumped in the summer, and then it was like, nope. Then everything got shut down. It's like I don't have a reason to be here anymore.
It's been a weird time. All right, I guess they should see both of our faces now. Hey, we're live. And yes, I'm wearing a shirt, so, but it might dip a little. So, you're gonna see a lot of. You're gonna see my sweater underneath my shirt.
He's wearing multiple sweaters today.
Yeah, I'm always wearing multiple sweaters. Amber.
Hello.
Who hasn't been present in a long time, and it's kind of part of the whole.
It's leading to part of the discussion that we're having tonight.
It is. It's a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
Apparently, we've left people confused. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm confused that people are confused because, this... I don't want to exactly say it's a long time coming, but it was a long time coming.
Okay, so, long and short of it is, yes, for those of you who may or may not know, on the Metal Lab on Monday, I announced that we are shuttering Married with Clix. I meant Married with Clix, the whole channel.
The entire thing.
Whole thing. It's not just a Metal Lab. It's not just whatever. The Metal Lab next Monday will be our last content that we create. And we're trying to go out on a high note. A really good episode, mostly kind of working with the community on that. I've talked to a few of the other content creators out there, and we're working on a neat little edit to add to it. And I'm trying to find music that is sappy to go with it, of course. Yeah. Well, Kansas and Green Day are both going to DMCA me if I put their music in there. So
True.
I thought the Supernatural thing, the style of Supernatural would either be too egotistical or just get me DMCA'd. So I didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, you're not wrong on that, though. So that's when we need Tom to actually record singing it beforehand.
Or just have me and Tom do a terrible duet. Carry on, and then Tom. Tom fixing all the bad singing. But yes, so we're gonna take the time here to clear up the confusion in general that a lot of people have, and answer one of the most frequently asked questions with just us specifically. Yeah. And the most frequently asked question is why, or por qué, or why are we shutting down? And so that's going to be the first question we address is why. Now, Amber, you haven't been on the channel for a fair bit of time.
No.
And I haven't been making as much content as I want. No. And there's a twofold reason, and it really started when I got my new job.
Which was
great.
3-4 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago, which is about the time that I've started thinking about shutting down.
This down. Yeah. And
I always find myself talked out of it.
I started my new job 2 years ago, so that compounded what was happening. That was basically when I left the channel. Been around. We've done a few Married Labs. We put out unboxings, a few games here and there, but it was definitely not to the level of the quantity or even quality of content that we were doing in the very beginning. And I do say the very beginning because when it comes down to it, we started this in 2013.
Yeah.
This show, this channel, the entire Married with Clix brand started when we first had our sons. And our sons are almost 8, guys. It's been a really long time for us. So we've put a lot into this, and it's been nearly a decade. And when it comes down to the fact that we've been slowing down with content, with quality, with everything we've been doing over the last 2-3 years, it kind of just became that whole what were we holding on to. And we kind of just hit this past year of lockdowns and quarantine and just not even being able to get out and play the game has
locally.
Really, yeah, even locally has really just been that kind of final straw that we needed, that little push that we needed to go ahead and say, oh, even to each other, it's okay to let this go. It's okay to say goodbye.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's the 3 years that I've been trying to be like, maybe it's time to like let it go. Like my job was really busy. Heck, there's that period of time where I just wasn't on the Metal Lab for a number of weeks. I think there was like a 10 to 12 week span where I just wasn't here on Mondays because I was always working. And because of that, I was really close then. But then things started to slow down. Then they got really slow. And I was able to kind of come back to things. But when it comes down to it, our channel, and me and Amber have kind of taken two different parts of the channel. I've been like, if content is getting made, that's generally me behind the brainchild behind that. And then when the content is being packaged, that's Amber. Yeah. And when I say packaged, I'm talking editing and organization, pretty graphics here and there. Like that's Amber's job. So that's kind of been our split. My job's the easy job. It's like sitting in front of a camera and just doing things is the easy part of this channel. But making it look good after the fact, fixing our screw ups, catching them all, that's the hardest stuff. Like, so for every hour of content, I think I've said this on the Metal Lab, but for every hour of content that we make, it takes like 4 hours to minimum to re-edit it and kind of put it back together and make it look pretty.
Yeah, one of the best feedbacks that we got, or best received videos that we did, were a couple of the top 10s that I did a couple of years ago, and those are fantastic and they look great and the sound recording on them is great and everything. The idea behind them are fantastic, and there's obviously that the drive for it, the want for it in the community. But when I sat down to do those max out at I think 4 minutes, and I am editing second by second.
Yeah.
In that video. So that 5-minute video took me like 4 days to edit.
And we're compacting this with actual jobs. We're not those big time YouTubers where we have like people working behind the scenes for us, or this is our job. We have actual jobs in addition to this. Because in the grand scale of things, if you look at as YouTubers, we're small. We are super small. In the grand scale of YouTubers, as far as Heroclix YouTubers are concerned, we were pretty big. But and so that doesn't kind of match up. We can't hire people really to do things. And when it comes down to it, we just didn't have the time, space, or the resources to keep things going the way we want them to go. I think that was the biggest challenge that we had. So between that and then just we're running out of things we can say. We love this game so much. We've said so much about this game. How much more can we say?
There's almost a decade's worth of content, guys. Like, we've done so much.
And like that's the thing. We've tried to keep our content relatively open and hard to age. That was one of my, when we first started with the Metafix, that was my goal with that, was keep all the conversation open-ended, not be specific, so that we kind of push the thought process. There was a lot of demand early for me to like be specific, like fix this thing, and when I do that, that video doesn't age well, and so
And I mean, even I've been told countless times how well my rules explanations and tutorials have helped players, and that's phenomenal, and I love that. I love hearing that, and I love knowing that what I did and like poured my heart into, you guys received so well. But I could, like, we can go back on like dozens of these tutorials and none of them are relevant anymore. All of the rules have changed.
Mine are.
I don't think any of them could actually be used again. Like, so many times I've seen people be like, new players will be like, oh, where do I turn to on YouTube to like figure this game out? And like, we're always brought up, and thank you guys so much for that. Honestly, I don't mean that in a conceited way, but then I also feel bad because it's like, well, don't send new players my way because I haven't done a rules tutorial in like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And like a year and a half in Heroclix, like it's a brand new game already. So
also a year and a half of when we would start to put these together, we'd find out we were wrong, and we like rules videos. We started just scrapping them.
yeah,
And it's like, okay, no, this video was wrong.
it got increasingly hard, and it was just kind of a mix of like, well, where do I even find the right version of these rules to
and then
be
we'd
able
ask,
to present them to you guys?
And then we keep getting stonewalled by the rules, like the rules forums. Like, okay, we need to answer this. This is answered in this page. Well, no, it's not. That's why I'm asking the question. That's always been my problem. Anyway, that great aside.
That's a totally different
I've had
conversation
that
so
conversation, et cetera, et cetera. It's not an issue. So, as far as like we've just kind of we've had a hard time being motivated. We kind of run out of content for the most part. It's been great, but to say the least, without the motivation, I feel like we can't make the best content. And I think there's been 2 or 3 things that have been keeping me here, or keeping me going anyway. One has always been the Meta Lab and the competitive play, and going out to tournaments and then sharing the tournament experience, but then learning from that experience and bringing that into more content on the Meta Lab with the guys has been great. But I think a big part of that got lost in this year of COVID. It was really hard and I've said it on the Meta Lab. I hate Roll20. It's a survival. It's not a good replacement. I hate it with all my passion. Mostly because I'm as a strong video gamer and tabletop gamer, I know personally that I have to separate the two. I can't play Magic Arena. I tried Magic Online, and none of it works for me in comparison to the putting it on the table and playing the game, because part of it is a social aspect. This is my bowling league, as it were. I think my father-in-law said it best when my mother-in-law was like, "Why are you going out to play the game?" Well, this is bowling league. Let him go out and play. Jeez, lady. Right? But I don't have that now, and that's kind of really brought down my ability to share, I think. So that was one thing that was keeping me in it. 2 was people would stop me when I'd say I'm going to. I have several people who I'm personally confident with. Amber's one of them, and Amber's the only one who didn't try to stop me from shutting down the channel the last 2 or 3 times that I have done. I've tried to. I've looked at it and said I should probably shut down. And a lot of our Christmas breaks, I've almost done it. But I've always felt that that's been the wrong way to do it. And then the third thing was I've always felt like we were part of the marketing team for Married with Heroclix. We're a positive face for Heroclix, and they've been lovely to us and given us the product. Yes. And this year, because of COVID and the way that packaging and sending things over to Canada has become, because we are Canadian and they're an American company in New Jersey, we didn't get that advantage, and I feel like we're no longer part of that process anymore, which made it that extra, like that was just the final step. It's like, okay, I can do this now. We can just step away.
We no longer feel obligated to WizKids themselves, and we are eternally grateful for the 4 years that we spent bringing out all of these early release unboxing videos for you guys.
From Shredder's Return to Captain America, it's been fantastic getting a chance to open the stuff early.
It's been amazing.
Share it with you guys. Keep it in my closet so that nobody gets to touch it, but show it to some people and play with some of the commons and some fun games.
Even when we've gone out to conventions and us like being there in person and seeing the stuff firsthand and seeing a little bit of behind the scenes stuff firsthand while being at the conventions, that's been a fantastic time. And I don't want this to look like we're blaming.
No more unblockies. No, it's just
it is what it is. Yep. It's a fact of the world right now. Shipping is ridiculous, and I don't at all blame them that they can't get anything over the border to us right now. And if anything, like, again, totally grateful, but it has helped us make this decision that we no longer feel like we're obligated to do all of these early release stuff. So once that's kind of been out of the way, it's been like, okay, now this is it. This is finally it.
This is the sign where it's like we can finally just be done. All right. So yeah, that's kind of everything that's led to us being able to kind of step aside and say, okay. Also, there's a lot of Heroclix content now, in like, especially when you compare to like how many players do we have playing the game and how much content do we have. I love how much content we have.
It's fantastic. So many podcasts, so many YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Like us leaving will not leave you guys stranded.
No, nobody's gonna be. There might be like I know there's a lot of people who like our positivity and our energy and our way to kind of look at things. We've been negative at times. Look at our video we made when they changed the cards.
Oh God,
we were so angry. But ultimately, like, there's room for other folks to kind of grow at this point, and I think we've kind of set our piece, and we need to take a break as well, just in general. It's hard. We have 3 kids. We've been doing this with 3 kids the entire time.
And I mean, like I said, when we started, the twins were babies. Like, I don't know what I was doing to myself.
And when we started, I had a job I didn't like, and Amber wasn't working. So, you know, I needed something to distract me from that. And between exercise and that at the time, that's all I had. Then things got worse and, you know, I stopped exercising, but we kept doing this. So this was kind of that thing where it's like, all right, we have this, let's keep it, right? And then I got the new job and, well, things got hectic, to say the least.
Then our kids got old enough and I was able to get a job, and I believe I've mentioned it before, but I do work in manual labor. So I get up at 5 a.m. I go work for 8 hours on my feet and lifting and carrying things and moving around. And by the time I get home, now the kids are home from school. So then I have to take care of the kids. So once we get to the nighttime, which is where we used to do all of our filming, I want to go to bed.
Yeah,
and I have to go to bed.
Our oldest daughter is old enough that right now Amber has a half an hour of alone time, and she can't spend that time editing. That just can't happen. And then I tried editing. I'm bad at it. 2, I only have like 2 hours to do it.
Yeah.
And I like video games, guys. I like a little bit of personal time. Basically, the channel got so big for us we can't handle it anymore. Yeah. So we just can't. So that is the reason we are doing this.
Yeah.
All right. So the next frequently asked question: are you quitting Heroclix?
No.
Hell no. Love this game.
If this was the end of us doing Heroclix, like, I couldn't even imagine, like, for anybody that hasn't heard, I'd be surprised if you haven't, for anybody that hasn't heard this story, this game is how Jason and I met. Like,
we met playing Heroclix.
We met playing this game back, like, 2005.
A couple years later, we started dating,
game.
but we
like,
became friends over this game initially. So.
Yeah, this is how we got to know each other. We would see each other once a week, and we'd not even play against each other, because Jason was much better than I was, but we would hang out before and after playing Clix, and, like, this is how our friendship, our relationship, everything stemmed from this game. So, like, to give the game up, no, it's not going to happen. And I feel that there's going to be a part of us that once we can step away from being content creators, once we can step away from being, like, big names, and, like, I want to say this without sounding super conceited, so I really hope you guys don't take this that way, but without being pillars of the community, without being big names, we can step away and start enjoying the game again.
I'm going to say it. I'm tired of shaking all y'all's hands. I shake so many hands at Heroclix tournaments now. I've collected so much hand sanitizer as a result. It's nothing personal. I shake a lot of your hands.
So
we are Heroclix famous.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic to be able to go to the game and not think about, like, oh, I've got to turn this into a tournament report. Oh, I've got to remember this game because we're going to talk about it or Jason's going to talk about it on the Meta Lab.
We're thinking content while we're there.
Yeah, and being able to remove that and then just enjoying it. Like, I know for anybody that follows our Facebook pages, anytime we go to the big conventions like Nationals or Worlds, I'm the social media guy. I'm the one that's there taking all of the pictures and posting all of them. So
keeping track of our records.
Yeah,
I can't be bothered.
Letting everybody know how the team is doing during out. So, like, there is I do love it, but there is a portion of that where I can now take that time away and just enjoy the convention, enjoy Worlds, and go out and do other things where I don't have to worry about constantly having to report back. And I don't want to make that sound like it's complaining, but there is that level of, like, I can separate the job now, or I can take away the job and go back to enjoying the passion.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, ultimately, Heroclix is just a part of us. We're going to go. We're going to go to competitive tournaments still. We're going to go to local tournaments. I'm a judge locally at our local venue. I judge and organizer. Like I run the tournament and I answer what limited number of questions I do get throughout the day. But so we're really still into the game. We just need to step away from this part of it.
Yeah.
Like Amber said, we want to go to a tournament not thinking, how am I going to talk about this? How am I going to video this? How are we going to share this on social media? I don't want to grumble when people say, what's your teams, when we give people our records. Like, we'll tell you, just chill. I don't want that thought process anymore. I mean, the thing is, our social media, we might still end up doing that.
I mean, but it'll be our personal stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still going to post stuff on Instagram because, I mean, I was using my personal Instagram for Heroclix stuff anyway.
Another thing worth noting while we're mentioning this is we're not shutting down our social medias either.
No.
The Facebook, our Facebook fan page is still going to be there. Our Facebook community group is still going to be there. I'm still going to keep half an eye on it. You guys behave yourselves. It's still going to be like, you still have to ask to get in because I got to check to make sure you're not a bot. I've let one in by accident. It was very cleverly covered. So, but we got it. We nailed it. So, no, we're not quitting Heroclix. And the social medias will still be up. We'll still be a presence in social media. We'll I think we might just turn into the Merrywood Clix social media influencers. Influencing nothing, but just kind of sharing our experiences with the game still on that degree of it, because we're still going to be we're still enthusiastic about the game, but we want our enthusiasm to be a little bit more limited, to say the least. So we don't want to broadcast it constantly. We just want to share it.
Yeah. Share it like anybody else would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the other one, but this one is kind of dumb. No, we're not getting divorced. Somebody asked in a private message, like, you guys are still. It was actually Mike Payne. I love you, Mike. I miss you, buddy. Yeah, he was like, you guys are still married, right? It's like, you were just Mike. I don't know if he was being a comedian in that moment, but no, we're still married. Would we be able to do this right now?
Well,
no.
There's my laugh for today.
You're welcome. Yeah, so marriage is fine. We love each other still as much as we've ever loved each other. I'm sorry, am I keeping you awake? Yeah, I mean, so everybody can relax about that. What else? There's been a few questions. I don't want to kill our content for the Meta Lab. That's going to be
that's going to be a whole other thing. Those guys are going to do their whole thing.
I do want to take a second to thank everybody for all the well wishes and all
it's been
the positivity.
Fantastic. Especially just hearing everybody, because
Go ahead.
No, I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry. Did I type the word Reddit and just...
No. But no, it's been fantastic just seeing all of the... I'm sorry for the amount of people that have said that they're sad to hear this. I don't want to make you guys sad, but I mean, we're doing this for us.
Yeah. Yeah, but like we said, so one of the most common ones has been, why are we shutting down? Are you still going to be playing Heroclix? Or is another big one. I got to talk to him about that. Yeah, so just in general, I think that covers the whys.
Yeah.
And we'll still be playing Clix, like we said. Game's not done for us. Game still goes on for us. What are we going to be doing in the meantime is a question that probably some people are asking, because we're not giving up on content creation. Let's go there. We're just moving away from Heroclix for a while for a number of reasons. The first one is, of course, Heroclix is a big tabletop thing for us, and we don't want the content to become a problem for that. And so with all of that, we do also want to take time to move on and share our other enthusiasms as far as like video gaming is concerned. We are board game nuts as well. I'm sure you guys have seen ever since I moved the board game collection downstairs. It's been my backdrop. But we're going to separate that from the technology.
It's also like, unless you're Will Wheaton, you're not doing tabletop as content. No.
I mean, they are selling tables that are specifically made for like, here's the podcast, here's board game table. I can't believe that existed. I was shocked. I was flabbergasted that was a thing. It was cool, don't get me wrong, but it was flabbergasting. And it was made so that everybody can sit on one side of the table and still play a game. Anyway. Yeah. We're kind of moving into digital games, so video games, of course. Yeah. Amber has has started making content every Friday for a group called Glitter Guns. Now, how many Zs is that? 2?
Okay, so on most of our social medias, it's 2. There was a typo, so our Twitch has 3 Zs.
So 3 Zs on Twitch, 2 on Facebook.
Yeah, 2 on YouTube.
And 2 on YouTube.
And we're on Instagram and Twitter. But that's because one of our teammates, she's been doing all of our social media. So if you see us on Instagram or Twitter, that's all Emily. Vanessa has been streaming on Twitch. I've been streaming on Facebook Gaming. And Deandra has been using a Restream media program that lets her stream simultaneously on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube. So I'm still out here making content. It's just I'm a little more casual about it. And the past month, I've been streaming a playthrough of Eternal Darkness, because one of our other great passions that helps bring us together, Jason and I, is video games. And it's been one of those things where I have been personally playing video games since I was 3. And so...
So have I, but I'm 4 years older than her.
Yeah. So it's like, this is another really big part of my life. And so it's been a lot of fun to sit down. And one of the things about streaming is that having that instantaneous content creation is a lot easier to enjoy and to create content for, because with the kind of like layouts and everything that you can get from like OBS and Streamlabs and stuff like that, I don't have to put that extra level of time to put that in myself. It's just a program. It pops up on the screen. I go.
Yeah. It's live stream is turn on the button and go. And so check her out on Facebook if you want to catch her live. The YouTube, she does put the recorded content out on YouTube. Our daughter is sneaking like a ninja. Gotcha!
Yeah, so we're also on YouTube, and then I've been moving the videos over there after the fact. They usually show up on Saturdays. We do have a bunch of stuff already on there. And there's also a playlist on our YouTube that has previous videos that we've made, and there is a selection of, I think, 11 videos that I made from when Jason and I had made a very short-lived gaming YouTube channel.
It was because it was YouTube. That was the big problem.
Yeah, because it was before YouTube really integrated the live streaming. Yeah. So this was back when, again, we still had to record and edit everything. So that one lasted a couple of months, and we kind of gave up on it because we just didn't have the time to do both this channel and that channel.
And we got like 7 views.
Yeah, it just wasn't. It was before the really big like if you weren't huge already for content creation on YouTube, you just weren't making it. Yep. Nowadays, everybody's streaming, and everybody and their dog is streaming, and you know what? It's just fun to do when it comes down to it. I'm not expecting my I don't know if my team is, but I'm personally not expecting our streams to get as big as what I've experienced with all of you guys here. But it will it's just something that I'm enthusiastic about right now, and I'm enjoying it. And that's the important part, is that I'm enjoying doing it.
Mm-hmm. I myself, I'm streaming a little bit more frequently. I'm on twitch.tv/jthegamer. And once we're done with the Metal Lab, I'm probably going to be streaming every Monday through Thursday, and Sunday nights just before I go to bed. So between 10:30 when she goes to bed and 12:30 when I'm heading to bed. And really, I just want to play my video games. I'm just going to stream it for the sake of it. Because I'm just going to stream it. That's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, I'm going to play my video games and do what I do. I don't know how much longer I have left on it because I'm not big enough on Twitch, but I most recently finished a Pokemon Blue. I'm trying to remember which color I had because we have all three.
Right.
A Pokemon Blue Nuzlocke challenge. I failed once and did fine the second time. I do like to throw physical challenges in with my gaming. I haven't done it for the current game I'm playing, but for the Nuzlocke challenge, what I did was every time I lost a Pokemon, I would do 20 push-ups. There were some situations where I had to do like 120 push-ups. It was hard. Anyway, long story short, twitch.tv/jaythegamer. That's where I play my games. I'm a mixture of retro game and current games. Like, I'm kind of a variety streamer. I mostly stick to the Switch. I love the Switch. Don't get me wrong. I might try some other games. I've just recently made an upgrade to the PC. I want to see how she runs some of the bigger stuff. I might try some of my PC games again. We'll see. I'm not going to hold my breath that I can do anything with Cyberpunk 2077. I've got a pretty good PC, but that, apparently a PC that is god tier compared to mine is running at like 20 frames per second. Ugh. So I'm going to wait till they patch the crap out of that one. I'm also...
Ooh, if we can get the computer streaming properly, I got sad that I found out we traded in my Alan Wake. I want to play Alan Wake again.
Don't we have it on 360 still?
No, it's gone.
Are you sure I didn't just put it back in the collector box?
I checked that this morning.
I'm
because
sorry.
we both have it on PC. That's
why. Oh, okay, that's why I did that.
Yeah.
What are we doing with the collector box then?
I found that because it still has the books in it.
Okay, that's why.
I found that we did that with a lot of. There was one point where we're like, okay, we both have really good PCs. We're gonna be PC gamers now. So we ended up rebuying a bunch of games. And if we had it on PC, we traded it in for the Xbox.
Okay, my bad.
But then now we're like, well, I don't have my own PC anymore. And then we're looking at the Xbox collection. I was like, oh, I want to play this game. Oh, I traded that in.
My bad. Well, this can run Alan Wake like a dream then.
Yeah.
Because Alan Wake was last gen. This is probably running about on par now with current gen.
Alan Wake was last gen. Like, they tried so hard.
Oh my god, it's 2 gens ago now. Oh, PS5 and Xbox One X are technically current gen. You see, I'm not an early adopter, so I fall behind.
I wasn't even I wasn't even making that joke. I was making the joke that Alan Wake had so many problems when it came out that it wasn't even really a current gen game when it came out.
Remedy titles are cursed. Do you know what other IP Remedy helped create? Max Payne. There's curses on there. So...
Sorry, there are a couple of questions in chat.
Oh, we'll get to those.
We'll get to those, don't worry.
I promise you.
Just letting you guys know that we are going to address those.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like we're kind of just moving over to live streaming, focusing more on video games, just because that's currently where our time and our passions are. And I kind of stumbled into the team that I'm on right now, where we all met in we all met in another streamer's Discord and got to know each other, and then one day it was just like, hey, let's just do this ourselves, and then we just started doing it. So
I just started doing it. I mean, I have a Twitch account to chat on other people's Twitch channels. I'm like, oh wait, this is the same thing I use to stream? I'm going to hit the stream button, and I'm going to turn on the OBS. And then I moved over to Streamlabs OBS, and I'm really bad at graphics design if you watch my Nuzlocke videos. So I apologize that you get the plain Times New Roman text to explain my rules. But yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of... I don't know if you can see it right now. I'll try to move some of the board games safely. But if you can get a good look through there, there's a sizable retro game collection there. Some of it, I know, is just going to be conversation pieces. Other parts are going to be just the things I try on my stream. Ultimately, like, I think my Pokemon Yellow and Red will now sit dormant and never get used because I rolled a dice. I rolled a die and played with blue on my Retron 5. Anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to using some of my collection to show off a little and get a chance to do things. So, JSA Clix, who is Jay, if you guys remember him from the Metal Lab, he just said edited content isn't fun, I've found. It's not easy. And that's one of those things I'm starting to learn about a lot of the more popular YouTubers. Just kind of behind the curtains for a second. Whatever, the curtains are wide open. The bigger YouTubers don't do a lot of their own editing. They have people who help them with editing. Things like Fiverr have actually really opened that ground up for people to just kind of freelance edit for streamers or whatever. Or even create the thumbnails in some cases. You get to a certain size, you have that kind of finance. So we don't have that. It was literally just the two of us and the Metal Lab guys coming on the channel every Monday. Like, that's why I did the Metal Lab live. It was easy. Just put it up. I don't have to edit it. Fine, whatever. That covers some of the content. And then just the editing caught up with us so hard. It was pretty brutal. So, anything else you wanted to cover before we move on?
I think we're good with just
so,
going on to
glitter guns with two Z's for the American and
for our non-Canadian audience
or non-British, because I think they say Z too.
Yeah, they say Z in the UK too.
So glitter guns, 2 of the Z's on YouTube, 2 of the Z's on Facebook, 3 of the Z's on Twitch. Jay the Gamer on Twitch.tv. All right, we're gonna move to questions. So if you have any questions with your live list in the chat, this is the last time you're gonna see
me,
the beautiful Miss Amber. So if you have any questions, now is the time to ask them, because specifically for her, because of anything. No, we're not drunk. My sister's wondering if we're drunk.
Your sister has known us long enough that she knows what we look like drunk.
Exactly. My sister should damn well know better. All right. First up, a lot of well wishes. Love you guys are the best. Will you guys still be active? Okay, here we go. Will you guys still be active in groups? Would be cool if you threw out content on there a lot easier than videos. We'll still converse with people in the Heroclix community if we feel we have something to add. Definitely going to be less afraid to do it because
don't have to. There has definitely been a persona sort of thing, whereas you are getting as much like open, like unabridged versions of us, but it's still. There is that slight, yes, we are a face in the community. Yes, this could reflect badly on us. So certain opinions, certain actions have been kept to ourselves.
I mean, yeah, we definitely don't engage in certain conversations. And there have been times where Amber has gotten into a rules conversation online. And I've looked over her phone and I've just taken her phone away. It's like, you're wrong. Stop. I don't know when it happened, but that rule changed. You need to just delete this message and forget this conversation ever happened. Please.
or I'll be reading it and I'd be like, what is going on? What? Jason, they're wrong. And he's like...
No, they're right. No, they're right. All right. Steven Spooner, we met at Canadian Nationals, I believe, one year. You know Spoonie? No?
So,
yeah? Okay. Gonna miss you guys for sure. You were the first channel I found. Really an end of an era. Wishing you all the best and hope to see you guys at a tournament if they happen again. Same with you, buddy.
No.
There's a lot of well wishes. Jasper Vincent Alotonga started Heroclix 2018. Thank you for the great videos. Cheers from the Philippines. Chris Stockhouse. Hold on.
Where is it? Is
he
it
gets
still
one last.
around?
It's around. I don't know where it is right now. Give me a second.
Oh
no. It's somewhere. I swear. I promise.
No.
It's in the vicinity. Oh no. I'm getting a last stamp on the. There's definitely going to be a last stamp on the last episode. I don't know where it went.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, Amber found it. Woo. Wait, I got to get the clipboard. Chris Stockhouse, put a stamp on it. He provided us with this as a joke because we said put a stamp on the... For the longest time, the inside joke is Chris Stockhouse would always have a question for us on the Metal Lab. And then at one point we just started saying, well, put a stamp on it. This is officially an episode. Chris Stockhouse asks. And eventually he made us a stamp and sent it to us. And I could not use it every time we have a Chris Stockhouse.
One last one for you, buddy.
for Amber. But he doesn't even have a question. He says, love you guys. Wish you the best. A couple of people got into the joke of the divorced with Clix, single with Clix, single depressed with Clix, divorced with half my Clix left. I tricked the lawyer. He didn't know that this chase was good and competitive too. The main man Dano212 question: If you guys, I'm sure he said guys and not gummies. I'm gonna blame autocorrect on that one. Let somebody take over the channel. No. One of the things that I kind of want to mention is there is a ghost of a chance that we start again. Like just a small chance. But we'd have to become super motivated and super interested in it. Mm-hmm. But we want to leave that option open, and we want to leave everything as it is right now, and then come back to it, and make that a big thing if we do come back. Mm-hmm. So that said, also, it's ours.
Yeah, nobody else gets this. Mm-hmm. We barely let the Metal Lab guys have this.
There was a time where I almost gave the Metal Lab guys the Metal Labs. Like, I don't want to do this show anymore. You guys take it somewhere. What do you mean you want to stay on the channel?
Make your own channel. Let's
go. And then Ethan Beck kind of points. Yeah, no, we're not letting anybody else handle the channel. It's us or it's nothing. Otherwise, it's not Married with Clix.
Yeah, this channel has very much been our personality, and we've had countless people and even in the chat saying that they're here for us specifically for our the way that we feed off of each other and how we react to each other and how we present ourselves in the game. Mm-hmm. That without us, it's not Married with Clix. And yeah, there's the Metal Lab, and without like the Metal Lab guys, it's not the Metal Lab. So without that, it's just there's no real point on trying to hand the keys over to someone. We're just gonna lock up, walk away. We might come back. Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe those archive videos give us a couple quarters in the end anyway, too, right? The main man Dan also asks, was this decision you guys made because of COVID and how the game changed? It sucked how okay, so nothing about the game has changed our opinion on why we're doing this. COVID really just helped a certain element of it. Yeah. It's a nail. It takes a lot of nails to close a coffin. Yeah. So I wouldn't say, I wouldn't say that like COVID was the thing, but it definitely took away the game for us. Yeah.
It helped move along the decision, but that decision was in the works long before COVID came around.
Yeah. Will you still be open for collaboration, content creation for Heroclix? I mean, I've already been asked by Aries, like, hey, would you still do like stuff on the show with me? It's like, yeah, sure, man, whatever.
Right. If you guys want us to join you on your own podcasts or whatever it is that you're doing, reach out. Yeah. Like, I don't know how much we'll have to say, but yeah.
I mean, we'll send people to this video if they're like, why did you shut it down? It's like, just watch this video so we can have the conversation we were going to have. Supercat Zero, dude, I'm going to miss your videos. You guys inspired me to get better at the game. I've watched your videos since Nick Fury and the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That was a long time ago I actually think about it.
That's sad to think about it.
Yeah. Was that when we were still buying our own stuff for unboxings?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
All right. JSA Clix J, you're welcome to welcome on the podcast. You've been doing casual if that's something Amber wants to do. You've been doing casual. Weird. It's kind of forward, Jay. Rick Yell, best of luck in future endeavors. Everyman project for life. Maybe Rick Yell has been the man behind my back on the Everyman project. Ever since the Popper guy stole my idea and ran with uncommons. He just completely took the thunder out from him. He couldn't let me have a year with Everyman. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, thanks Rick Yell for keeping Everyman alive, buddy. Jasper Vincent El Tonga again. Amber, if you'd like to be asked to design a HeroClix figure, who would you make?
There's actually a lot of great unclicked figures that we keep popping up. So my answers have changed a lot over the years, but I think currently there would be I'm still in the mix between either making a current Nocturne, because we haven't seen her since the REV days, and being able to add traits and special powers to her would be absolutely fantastic.
Might make her an actual character.
Yeah, and Albert, and having him have a LCD Pog with him, because that would be fantastic. And he actually just showed up in comics recently with the Iron Man 2020 storyline. It was called I, Wolverine, and it's a 2-issue comic, and it just follows Albert goes to Japan to retrieve LCD from the Yakuza, and it's great popcorn fun. He's fantastic. He popped up, like, they had forgotten about him for years, then he popped up in Hunt for Wolverine, and there's actually, like, one, I do this very often when I'm reading comics, is that I have these, like, panels that I love. I would love to make just, like, a collage poster of all these just single panels of quotes that I love from comics. But one of them was, they were doing the Hunt for Wolverine, and Sabretooth and Daken are sitting in a bar, and, like, Lady Deathstrike comes up to him, and he's just like, oh, it's like, did you hear about, like, Logan's body getting stolen? We're on the hunt for Wolverine. And, like, Sabretooth is just like, which one? The girl one, the boy one, the blonde one, or the robot? And I was like, yeah! It's just a great, fantastic quote. But yeah, so one of those during the Hunt for Wolverine, I think it was like the one with Daredevil and Misty Knight. They tracked down, they thought they found Wolverine, but it turned out they just found Albert, and he was going through, he was like malfunctioning. They're like, what do we do about this? They're just like, just let him go. Just let him do his thing.
I get a good kick out of the fact that, one, LCD is the way that you say the name so on its own. It's like everybody's going to be looking for a character named LCD with the letters as LCD, DEE. I love that character speaks with a baby voice when she's written in comics. Like her R's are W's, so we, that so kind of thing. Yep. But then she'll say like technical things as well. I think because I read it was the issue in, like, between issue 80 something and like the early 90s or whatever, like issue numbers of the first volume of Wolverine, and there was when Wolverine didn't have the bone claws, and Albert and LCD and Blood Guy, the big vampire with the big mouth and the big hair, really were hunting down Wolverine. And I just remember her saying something technical, but they did it with her thing.
One of the funniest things for me to go back, because I had the big, thick, like, essential comics of Wolverine, and it was just, like, newsprint reprints of old comics. And when they were first introduced, and they're on the run, and, like, LCD is malfunctioning, and she's like, Albert, you need to fix me. And they go into a Radio Shack to get parts to fix her. And I was like, first off, Radio Shack. Secondly, they have parts that will fix an android.
Trying to remember what the guy's name was now. Oh, it's going to bother me. Wait, I'm going to Google white-haired Wolverine vampire villain. Let's see what that pulls up. This does not get what I wanted. Alright, I tried. I mean, it's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me forever. And we gotta move on. Right. So you're gonna build Albert and LCD.
Yes.
Okay. Jeff Bozeman, you've been such a big part of my development in the game and community. Thank you so much for being you. You're welcome. It's been a pleasure, really, to be honest. I missed the beginning. Why are you ending? Well, go to the beginning.
We spent like 20 minutes talking about it.
That's not a short answer. Long answer, or short answer, not a short answer. But Ethan Beck, being a little bit more sarcastic, says, I've taken a new job as an Eldritch God. I'm ascending next week.
Oh, no.
Cthulhu Fatagan. I think, just my opinion, this will be the nail set up to the death of Heroclix, period. Ooh, no. Heroclix will be fine without us.
Yeah, we're not gonna...
No.
No.
They don't need us. I'm now the leader of the ruler of Latveria. I like that one. Okay, sorry. My name is not Jason Collins. My real name is Victor Von Doom. Clix Club for life. Hail Jason, our new Lord and Savior. Okay, this Eldritch God, I think he's got a little. Martin Northen, good luck to you both. Life is about to change. Is about change, and if you don't attempt to change with it, you'll be left behind. Over the years, I've lost players due to having children, getting married, and whatnot. Due to the change in their lives. Honestly, like we said, we're staying with the game.
Yeah, the game will be here. We're gonna be here for the game. Yeah. We just don't need to constantly broadcast the game to you guys.
Yeah. I think we've said Blood Scream. That was his name.
There you go. You got there.
Yeah, we found it. Did you know?
No,
Did you just leave me hanging?
No, oh my god, I would not do that. Are you kidding me? For me to get a chance to be like, I know something about comics you don't?
You know lots about comics, I do. If it involves the letter X in front of it, I'm lost.
Oh my god, it hurts so much to listen to you guys do the House of you and Tom do the House of X review because you're all like, what is this? I'm like, oh my god, I need to be on this episode. I need to just tell you guys all about this. Why do you not have Mike?
You weren't there when we were making fun of Black Tom. Like, we were just like, Black Tom does not deserve to be this strong. You were there, but you didn't understand.
Oh, that's true. I didn't hear all of it because I'm only hearing your side. I'm not hearing Tom's side.
Yeah, we were double.
But you were just like, at one point you turn over to me and you're just like, what happened to Black Tom? I'm like, oh, he's Krakoa now. Like,
yeah, I muted. Turned. He was like, what happened to Black Tom? Luckily for this time, I actually unmuted my mic after I muted it too. Because oh god, that's been my biggest problem on the Metal app. Oh man. Okay. All right. So the chat has kind of cooled off, and I'm about to start my video game stream because it's almost 10:30. Amber, is there anything you want to say as a grand finale, the last chance to talk to Amber on Married with Clix? Quit crying.
No, I was tearing up a little earlier, actually. No, I think I just want to say thank you guys. It has been a long time, but it was so long because you guys have been so fantastic. If it wasn't for the fact that we had such a great community around us, both our personal community and the Heroclix community at large, I don't think we would have lasted as long as we did. And I do believe a lot of us hanging in longer than even perhaps we should have has been just because the community has been so fantastic, and we wanted to make sure that we could step away from the channel in a way that we didn't lose you guys as well. And so it definitely sounds like everybody wants us to stick around. So you will see us around the Clixverse, either in person once that happens again, or all around Facebook, wherever. Like we said, we're not shutting down the page. We're not shutting down the community page. So there still will be content there. We'll still be answering questions. We'll still be interacting with people. It just won't be us here. We will be around the internet. Like we said earlier, both me and Jason have been getting into doing video game streaming. So if you guys at all want to check that out, like, we're not doing it together at the moment. Jason has his own thing. I've got a brand new team that I'm working with. So I don't know. Just a big thank you, and bye.
All right. My final farewell will be on Monday. I'm probably gonna be drunk by the end of it because it's my birthday, and I plan to drink during that stream. So, screw monetization.
We don't need it anymore.
Monetization, whatever. I also screw the DMCA. Let's get the one copyright strike on our channel to leave.
Leave the channel on a big note.
But that note, I'll see you guys on Monday. Amber, it's been a pleasure working on the channel with you. Let's go work on other things, and be awesome other places. I think I'm overdoing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to awkwardly just kind of put the title card up. I'm going to keep talking as we go through this. and
Oh,
carry
my
on.
mouth is really dry.
with
I
things.
was stupid and forgot to grab my water bottle through this whole thing. Talking for the last hour, and I'm like,
How do you think I feel right now? I'm drying up myself. So, and this is still live, by the way.
I know.
Oh man, do you think they know we're still talking, or do you think they know we're still here? I mean, this is what they usually miss when we're when we log out and we're done with the channel. We usually just do this and say stuff and whatever, and carry on with our day.